to possibly offend you over dinner. I feel like some of you are here for a comedy show, and probably some of you are like, what is going on? You poor, poor, poor nice people. Has anybody ever been to Denman Island here? Done some island hopping? So for those of you that haven't been to Denman and don't know how to get there, I will give you directions. So in order to get to Denman Island, you have to just, take a ferry and go down the way about an hour here, and then you will take the world's longest cable ferry. And this was put in a few years ago as a cost-cutting measure by BC Ferries. The BC Ferries, bless them, they always need to save money. They're always trying to implement new cost-cutting measures. And one of the ways that they've decided to implement cost-cutting measures is they're no longer offering service announcements by the traditional media. They are now offering service announcements through amateur stand-up comedians. So once you get to the Buckley Bay, the dock, the world's longest cable ferry, things start to get a little bit different. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But the cable ferry isn't really saving as much money as they had hoped, so they're going to be replacing it with a different cost-cutting measure, and they're going to be replacing the world's longest cable ferry with the world's longest old man pulling a barge on a rope ferry.
But can I have one like that too?
And if you want to take this ferry, you can kiss your experience cards goodbye, because there's only one way you're getting on this boat. And that's by answering riddles 3. And if you can't answer riddles 3, you gotta spend the night in the Petrocan. I'm always implementing my own cost-cutting BC Ferries measures. Just on the way here, we had to hide Luke in the back seat underneath the band. I think we saved like $350.
How was that your cost-cutting?
Once you get to Denman, you'll notice that things are a bit different. The people are a bit different. People are a bit weird over there. People eat weird hippie food. I had a girlfriend over not too long ago, and she was really excited to tell me about how she was learning to make traditional Korean kimchi with lichen. And I spent a good 3 minutes listening to her talk, just being really confused about why she was so excited about this recipe, and it took me a few more minutes to realize that the lichen that she was really excited about making traditional Korean kimchi with was a person. Another weird thing that people like to eat on Denman Island is like, it's like a Denman Island or Gulf Island version of a disco biscuit. People like to eat them at parties. They're called Scooby Snacks. You probably have them floating around Quadra too. And Scooby Snacks are wonderful things. They're like a little capsule, and inside that capsule you have all sorts of energizing stuff that you'd find in like an energy drink. Healthful stuff, ginseng, bee pollen, guarana, reishi, and also magic mushrooms. Sometimes people get confused about the ingredients inside a Scooby Snack, and they call guarana guano. I just have to warn you that if anybody offers to you a Scooby Snack with guano in it, don't take it. It makes you batshit crazy. So, I like to do my Kegel exercises while I'm pumping gas. And there's a good reason for this. My good reason for this comes from a deep fear that I have. It's actually 2 deep fears, but so does everybody know what a Kegel exercise is?
Yeah. Show me.
Does anybody not know what a Kegel exercise is?
No.
Kegel exercise is what every single woman in this room is doing right now. The reason why I know this is that there's a Kegel sensing device under everyone's chair. Everybody look under their chairs. Don't look under your chairs, there's nothing there. As if this place, like on their open night, would be like, yes, we've installed Kegel sensing devices underneath all the chairs to make sure that everyone has ultimate pelvic floor health. If you do enough Kegel exercises, you will have what's called a strong pelvic floor. And if you have a strong pelvic floor, you will not sneeze and pee at the same time. You won't laugh and pee at the same time. You won't cough and pee at the same time. You won't do anything and pee at the same time. But the reason why I do my Kegel exercises while I'm pumping gas is I'm afraid of two things. That one, I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna pee my pants. And I'm not gonna be able to get home because I've run out of gas. Say what you want about Donald Trump. The man does his Kegels. Men can do Kegels too. And if Hillary Clinton had done more Kegel exercises, she might be president right now. That's true. With a strong enough pelvic floor, you can smash through the glass ceiling. I was explaining the glass ceiling to my husband, and he was like, "Oh, what do you mean? The glass dance floor?" Different perspectives. People don't like to hear about Hillary Clinton and her pelvic floor strength. People don't like to imagine Hillary Clinton's vagina. It might.
I am right now. Thanks to you.
It might be because of the teeth. My vagina used to have teeth. I didn't take proper care of them, and they fell out. The dentist told me I had what's called vagingivitis. Just kidding. I take immaculate, impeccable care of my vagina teeth. I go for regular checkups to the dentist. I'm always flossing. Brush between meals. What are the meals? True story, I went to the dentist this week, and there was a guy leaving as I was coming in, and the dentist was complimenting him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you had a lot less scale than last time." And I'm just sitting right there, and I just feel like it was really intimate information. I was like, "Congratulations, Bill." He's like, "Thanks." And then as the guy knows I do stand-up comedy because it's Devon and everybody knows everything about everybody. I'm sure it's the same thing here. And he's like, "You really got to do something about teeth, dentists." I'm like, "Already working on it, Bill." So I've never been super uber feminine. I grew up with an older brother, so I've always been a pretty big tomboy. And growing up as a tomboy, it's great. Me and my brother, would shoot their rifle and do boy stuff, and it was really fun growing up. But my mom wouldn't let me play with Barbie dolls growing up. And my Aunt Mo didn't know this, and she got me like a little Western Barbie doll for like my 8th birthday or something like that. And it was just like minutes before that thing was target practice for me and my brother with their rifle. I think it's a good thing, though. I think it's a good thing for girls to grow up without these unattainable beauty ideals. I mean, for starters, Barbie's like 8 inches tall. You're never going to be that small. As of growing up as a tomboy, as you grow, you find that there's just these instances where you have to dress up as a woman. And I got married a few years ago, and so I really had to dress up as a woman for that. Fortunately, I have lots of high-maintenance girlfriends who are like ready for the task, who are really excited to help me, dress up as a woman. So we had to go dress shopping, and so we're in Vancouver, we're on the bus, we're on their way to the dress shop, we got an appointment, and my high-maintenance girlfriend, she's like, "I'm totally prepared for this." She's like, "I totally even brought you a pair of Spanx." And I was like, "Spanx? What are Spanx?" I had no idea, I'd never heard of these. And she's like, "Well, you're gonna love this, Megan." She's like, "They're like high-waisted bike shorts. You put them on underneath your dress, and then you put your tights on over top, and they hide all the problems." And I was like, "Well, what are the problems?" Because one of the things about being a woman is that they're always creating new ways that you're totally disgusting. And so the problems are that they make you look about 10 pounds thinner, and then they hide like your underwear lines. Apparently, if you have underwear lines, then you're disgusting. And so my friend went on to educate me about Spanx, and she's really excited to tell me about this. It's a new way of learning and being a woman. And she's like, "Yeah, when I'm going out to a party and it's like a big meal, like I wear 2 pairs of Spanx. I double Spanx it." So now that I'm older and wiser and I've worn Spanx a few times, I understand that it's only after about maybe half an hour wearing the things that you feel like your intestines are imploding. It's really uncomfortable. It's like, and so I can't even imagine what wearing 2 pairs of the things is like. It's really painful. So parents are looking for new ways to punish their children. They don't want to hit them anymore. My parents spanked me. I'm fine. Just kidding. I'm not fine. So I think that if parents are looking for new ways to punish their children, instead of spanking them, they should spank them. And if the kids are really bad, double spanks. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Sorry for interrupting your nice dinner, you lovely people. My name's Megan Rose. Who's up next, Josh?